Hello. Good afternoon. We would like to begin the ceremony, the celebration today. Jonathan, Nellie, could you guys make sure the doors are closed? All right, let's get started with our 2024 graduating class. First of all, let's give them all a hand. We'd like to thank you so much for all the work that you put in at Sinai Chicago. Your work was seen. We've heard you. We're working on ourselves to make it better for the next group. And thank you for all of your input. Thank you for your patient care. Thank you for working with the community. I'm Trina Coleman. I am the Director of Graduate Medical Education at GME, and we just want to come and celebrate you guys for all of your accomplishments over the years, your research projects, the QI projects, and Midas event reporting and stuff like that. But also, we just want to share this moment with you and your family. Now, the ones that really need a standing ovation, graduates, stand up for your family members that sacrifice for you. And Thank you for that. Next to me, I have Yolanda Mayweather. She might want to say a few words.
Good afternoon, everyone. I just want to say welcome. And thank you all for, again, all for the hard work. We appreciate you all. We are definitely going to miss you. Have a great time this evening and have fun. Thank you.
All right, so let's just move this right along. I will introduce Dr. Ehab Aziz, who is our DIO for the institution and the PD for family medicine.
Good afternoon, everyone, and congratulations. Now that Trina and Yolanda said all what I wanted to say, that will be quite short, but thank you so much for coming and celebrating this day with us. It's actually very joyous. I'm so proud of you. You took care of so many patients. Patients are our number one teachers, I would say. We still have the burden of COVID going on, and you went through. Some of you stayed with us for 3 years, some 4, some 5. So thank you so much for doing that. We cannot be more proud of GME, where all of our programs are in good standing, full accreditation with the ACGMEs. Again, I thank the families of the graduates, not only the graduates that sacrificed so many hours and days and nights, but the families did the same. So thank you again, and I will just give them another big round of applause. I would like to thank the GME office and Trina and Yolanda, all the program coordinators. So without them, this definitely wouldn't be happening. The graduates, some of you are actually board certified. Funny thing that in family medicine, you can take the boards in April, like 2 months before you graduate. So you are, all of them are fellow diplomats in the American Board of Family Medicine, not only in Mount Sinai Hospital, but also Jackson Park Hospital. And this is another tradition that we've been carrying for about 12 years in a row. I think this actually needs a round of applause. Thank you, Dr. Goyal, for spending the time with us. It's really an honor to be here, sharing the day with us. Dr. Ezeki, thank you for your time. I know how busy you are, and thank you for your commitment to graduate education. Dr. Walton, you're involved in every single aspect of graduate education. Thank you for wonderful 3 years and going on. So thank you for that. And the big champion of GME is Dr. Fiorella. Thank you, Dr. Fiorella. Your commitment and your support is actually the reason that this is going on and happening. And without further delay, I would introduce Dr. Fiorella. He's our assistant chairman of pathology, and he is our assistant chief medical officer.
I always mark this day as one of my favorite days of the year, and I just can't believe that 2, 4, 5 years passed with your training. I remember seeing folks in the hallways, and you're like little ducklings and now you're like really big, almost there, and you're very autonomous and very sophisticated. So congratulations, this is your day. And I want to again congratulate the families and the loved ones and all the folks that supported you. So let's again give them a big round of applause. So I'm a little older than most of the folks probably in this room, so I'm going to have to grant you some license today. I always give a couple pointers. These pointers are basically things that I've learned as a clinician for over 40 years. And I think they're very fundamentally important. So as you leave today, just remember, I'm going to really talk to you just briefly about 2 things that I feel very passionate about. We live in a world that has a lot of conflict. If we have 2 or 3 people, Americans, no one really agrees on. It doesn't seem like everyone agrees on anything. But I think at least one issue that I think that people can agree on is healthcare is a right and not a privilege. Healthcare should not be based on the color of one's skin. It should not be based on socioeconomic status or where their houses or where their zip codes are. So if you don't buy into that, or if you don't agree with that, you're probably in the wrong specialty, or you're in the wrong job, or even in this room, you should not be here. In the United States, healthcare again as a right is fundamentally critical to everyday life, both as in a region, in our country, and in our world. Again, that there is should not be any disagreement with that. So again, that's fundamentally important. The other concept I want to impart to you is that you are all in an elevated, privileged position. There are not many people that can say you are a healer, that they are healers. You actually transform people's lives and alter the course of their lives. You have the power to give them life, and in some instances, you make them to go to leave this world. So again, a powerful message that you send all patients, that you have that power with technology and things of that nature. So again, a very, very privileged position, not just monetarily or social status, but the actual power you give. So again, you are healers, and that is fundamentally great. And then lastly, I said that it was your day, but the elephant in the room is that all the patients that are really their time too. You cannot forget the patients, and in your dealings in your professional life. If you really, really want to concentrate on one fundamental fact, it's always about the patient. And when you realize that it's always about the patient, all the success, all the accolades, everything that is bestowed upon you is all about that. So bear with me a minute and just imagine all the patients and all the lives that you have touched, both in the past, now, presently, and in the future. Each one of you. It would fill this whole hospital. It would fill this whole area. And that's what exactly is what happens. And I just want to fundamentally impart to you that when you look at the patient in a global 360 view, That's what it's all about. So take that into heart. When you wake up in the morning and you come to work and you look at a patient, you're looking at another human being. It's a human contact, and everything else will fall into place. So thank you for being here. Sinai loves its residents, it loves its fellows. It's a crown in the jewel of the Sinai health system, and it makes us a better place. So thank you so much. And from the bottom of my heart, have great fun today, but always be a student, always be learning, always move ahead, and truly, truly transform people's lives that I know you will. You will achieve greatness if you think of those things. Thank you so much. I'd like to introduce Dr. Nagosi, the PKR leader and our CEO and president of Sinai Health System.
Good morning, everyone. I'm so excited to be here with you. Excited for what this day represents. As a physician, I actually do remember being in your spot about 20 years ago, and it's really, like has been said, it's a celebration for everyone. It's a celebration for you who are finishing your training. It's a celebration for the partners and spouses that have supported you to get to this end. It's a celebration for your parents and extended families for all of the roles that they have played. And I see that there are some babies that get to celebrate this as well. Thank you for your support and your encouragement and those sleepless nights that trained your parents to be residents. How you can manage without as much sleep. So thank you, babies, as well. So I'm Ngozi Ezike, and I'm the president and CEO of Sinai, and I'm welcoming all of you to Mount Sinai Hospital. I have been here 2 years, but you have been here a few, on average, most of you have been here a few more years than that. And I was just thinking about all the things that have happened, even just in the 2 years that I've been here, and of course, for you who have been here a little bit longer, you've seen so much change. Everything is changing, and just being able to be at Sinai, you've seen some very exciting changes that have allowed you to be a better physician and to better serve our community. And so I was just thinking about how some of you have, started and there was no Da Vinci robot, and now you have been able to train on that Da Vinci robot. Some of you were dealing with all of you were dealing with our very antiquated electronic health record system, and now you have been trained and are schooled up on the Epic system, which is going to serve you wherever you go, where they will likely have that same. We didn't have, Ogden Commons wasn't open just when you first started training, and now you've had this beautiful facility within which to work and treat patients in this just aesthetically pleasing, a beautiful space. So, the Senhance, we've had so many pieces of technology. Sorry. All right, let's try this again. Hello. Okay. So I'm just really excited for all that Sinai has been able to grow into, with which to further pour into you and make your training experience fuller and more robust. I have had the pleasure of being able to sign each of the diplomas, and so I get to see all the names, and just from the names I can appreciate just the diversity of our trainees, and I assume they come from many different places. And in this day and time where people have been essentially a lot of retreating into a corner where you try to hang out with everybody who maybe looks like you, thinks like you, talks like you, this is not that place. This is a place where we have so many different cultures and people and languages and countries represented, and we get to treat a very diverse population on top of that. So I'm confident that over your time, you have just soaked in the beauty of diversity, that you've learned about people who are different from you, maybe you picked up many words of a new language that wasn't initially your own. I hope that from all of these incredible experiences that you've been able to grow and appreciate people for who they are and where they are, and understand that we're all people, as Dr. Fiorella said, who have a right to healthcare. And that's why I think it's been a very blessed opportunity for you to be able to train here. Train at a place where it's not about making money as much as it is about taking care of people and giving them what they need. And so thank you for how you have done that over your years here. Many of you are going on to fantastic places, and some of you are staying, and some of you wanted to stay and there wasn't a spot. Don't give up on us. We might not have had a spot for you now, but please keep in touch, for when that spot opens and you can come back, because we're so proud of the many residents who are still here, who have been able to find their way back here and continue making a wonderful impact in our community and in our city. The 31 residents that we're celebrating today have dedicated themselves through the art of science, but even more so through the art of healing. And again, your experience has been so unique, and you were on the front lines here during some of the waves of the COVID pandemic. And I know that while there is pain and some trauma from what you've gone through, it's also helped form who you are today. So thank you for what you have been able to endure. Thank you for your resilience. And, in the face of the greatest public health crisis in over a century, those skills of resiliency and flexibility will allow you to succeed and prosper in whatever setting you find yourself. Thank you for all the care you provided, all the comfort you provided, all the hope you provided to people often facing their darkest moments. You've learned about health disparities and seen your role in helping to curb those. The core of Sinai it's more than medicine, it's personal. And so I thank you for the connections and relationships you've made, not just with patients, but with your colleagues, with the students that have looked up to you, with your attendings, with all the staff that make up the wonderful Sinai Chicago family. You all have what it takes to be successful, and you are forever a part of Sinai Chicago. Our hearts are full of pride and joy as we celebrate with you what you've accomplished today by signaling the end of your training, but we're also excited and filled with anticipation of the great accomplishments that you have yet to achieve. Thank you and congratulations.
It's my pleasure to introduce Dr. Arvind Goyal, our keynote speaker. Dr. Goyal, in his current role as the Medical Director of the Illinois Department of Healthcare and Family Services for the past 11 years, Dr. Goyal has the clinical oversight of quality, policy, utilization, and managed care services for 3.4 million Medicaid and CHIP enrollees. He is a clinical associate professor in the Department of Family Medicine and Preventive Health at the Chicago Medical School. He's available on call to see patients in a free clinic and chairs the Rolling Meadows Tobacco Information and Prevention Program. Board certified in family medicine, geriatrics, preventive medicine, public health, and MBA, and healthcare quality and management. He is a member of several state boards and advisory committees and professional associations, including the National Association of Parliamentarians. He had the honor of previously serving numerous medical leadership positions, including the chair of National Medicaid and Medical Director Network, Illinois Medical Licensing Board, Family Health Foundation of Illinois, the American Medical Association section of Council of Preventive Medicine, and Family Medicine Department at Northwest Community Hospital, and President of the American Association of Public Health Physicians, Illinois State Medical Society, Chicago Medical Society, Northwest Community Hospital Medical Staff, Institute of Medicine of Chicago, and the Chief Medical Officer at Lynn Community Care, a teaching FQHC. Among special recognitions, Illinois Family Physician Teacher of the Year. I know how hard that is. So. Lifetime Achievement as Rolling Meadows Community Leader, Lifetime Achievement Award by Indian American Medical Association, International Medical Graduate of the Year Award by the International Medical Council, Rotary Club Vocational Leader of the Year, Castle Conley Top Doctor, Chicago Magazine Top Doctor, American Medical Association and Pfizer Pride in Professional Award, American Cancer Society Distinguished Service Advocacy, American Heart Association Heart of Chicago Award, and Illinois Academy of Family Physicians Servant Leadership Award. Now, he wrote this next sentence. While his numerous failings have provided continual challenges, his strategic thinking and sense of humor have earned him some successes, a family, and several friends. Thank you, Dr. Goya, for coming here and talking to us.
Everyone's looking at me like that.
Must be for you, Dr. Goya. Good morning, good afternoon. I won't say anything about myself anymore after this. Your introduction was just too long. I want to start by asking or telling you what Aziz means in Hindi and English. If you haven't heard, it means beloved, it means popular, it means respected, and it means somebody that you think of as a role model, and he really is. I want to tell you what Arvind means. Dr. Aziz didn't include this. Arvind in Hindi means a flower that grows in mud. No accolades there. Thank you very kindly. I'm so happy to see Dr. Ngozi Ezike here after 2 years after Ezike. I want to say that you all recognize that she managed our COVID-19 crisis in this state. The one thing that I will never forget is that she stayed true to her roots. Every speech except today in English would be followed by Spanish. And that doubled, tripled my respect for Dr. Z. In addition to everything else that she did, and that was not the only area she was working on. Think about immunizations, think about emergency medicine, think about hospital licensing. I mean, I don't want to name all the things that she did as public health director. I am so happy that she is here in the heart of Chicago, taking care of people who have nowhere else to go. This is vulnerable population that needs all of us, and I'm so happy to see so many of you
wanting to fill that gap. And Dr. Ezekiel, we are forever grateful. We are very fortunate at this moment, and it's really an honor for me to be able to talk to you, our future practicing doctors who will take care of us. Forget the rest of the population. You are our hope. I hope that you will continue to stay in the areas where you can serve us. We need you. It also, I want to define my goal today is to indicate to you what Medicaid program stands for. Think of it as a commercial. I don't get out of the department unless I talk about them a little bit. So that will come in a moment. Number two, I want to talk about what we learned from. It's not just your medical school, your pharmacy school. It is not just your residency. It is the theory, then the practice. And don't forget, the most important learning comes from mistakes. So it's others' mistakes, if possible. You want to learn from them. But sometimes it is better to learn from your mistakes too. So my plan is to talk to you about my mistakes. And as I go forward, I have about 15-20 minutes. As I go forward, I will highlight for you the lesson from the mistake that I experienced. And please feel free to interrupt either during, after, or maybe when we are having refreshments in our state. The Medicaid part, I want to say, is a program that serves the poor by definition. Federal poverty level of 138% means that you're poor, admit it or not. Every fourth person in Illinois is, by that definition, poor. About 25%. So now think about it. If you're a single person and you make $15,000, you barely qualify. If you're two, 28,000, you qualify. If you're six, it's about 60,000. So the point is that federal poverty level is defined, and that is based on your income. Number two, it is a program of partnership between the federal government and the state. The federal government tells us exactly what needs to be covered. The legislature sometimes amends it, and sometimes they put their own money, forgetting what the federal government would chip in. So it's supposed to be 50-50 for most areas, most patients. However, for Obamacare enrollees, adults without children, that limit is slightly higher than 50% at this moment. Congress may reduce it later. The third part I want to say is that in Medicaid, we have the same issues that globally healthcare leaders, providers, physicians, pharmacists, everybody else has, patients especially, is access, timely access, access to quality healthcare, and accountability, evaluation. Did you really receive the best possible care? And could you afford it? So Medicaid provides you a template for taking care of people who do not have the means to pay themselves. They may not be commercially insured, they may not have 80-20 coverage. They almost have 100% coverage. However, access sometimes is an issue. Interruptions don't bother me because I raise kids too. Please feel free to be comfortable. I see some anxiety in some cases. So the second thing I want to raise about Medicaid is that it covers these people that I just mentioned not having enough income, but it covers a lot of other people. It covers every pregnant woman, poor or not, if they don't have other insurance. It covers all children in this state. It covers poor seniors who may have Medicare, but then Medicaid becomes a secondary. It covers people who do not have any other means to pay, like medically fragile, technologically dependent children on ventilators, for example, or with seizure condition that is not controlled. I mean, it's not just the hospital care, it's also community care, it's also care in nursing homes, etc. So Medicaid covers vulnerable people. I want to tell you that approximately 17% of Medicaid population is homeless. About 18% of Medicaid population is seniors. And seniors consume over 50% of all Medicaid expense. So disability qualifies you for Medicare and Medicaid. You take care of diverse population. Dr. Ezike talked about that in her remarks. Extremely important. We need to recognize our differences as well as celebrate our commonalities. So Medicaid is a very diverse group of people, group of programs, and that does not come without accommodations and understanding and training. And I'm so glad that you received one of the best educational opportunities available here. I want to talk about my mistakes before I run out of time. So my first experience that I want to share with you is my daughter's 4th birthday. I was associate program director at OBGYN American Hospital at the time. Now it's Humboldt Park Hospital. And I had asked the administration and the board, and they agreed to open an outpatient clinic on Belmont and an identity. And they did. So it was the second week that we were open in the evenings in that camp training residents, right? And at that moment, my daughter's birthday comes in that day. There wasn't any other substitute. We hadn't worked out staffing. I just couldn't get out. And here was her birthday that she was looking forward to. 4-year-olds are very excited. They're not like me. You know, somebody has to tell me, hey, it's your birthday. So I wasn't there that evening. I came home at 10 o'clock at night with a bag full of toys that I knew she would love. And my wife told me that she'd gone to sleep. And she was crying all evening. She did not cut her cake because we weren't there. Next morning, she wouldn't talk to me. I learned my lesson, a bad way. My lesson was, I will never miss any of my kids' birthday. I only had one at the time. I would never miss any important event, be it their graduation, be it their wedding, be it their orientation, be it their parent-teacher conference. I had not missed a game. I had not missed a stage performance. I want you to be very cognizant that if you miss your family events, these kids will grow with or without your presence. But they will miss it. Don't let that happen to you, please. It could be your spouse, it could be your children, it could be your parents. Extremely important. I wanted to make it point. Let me think of a second example. This is about a husband and wife, both physicians, both working in the VA system, and it's not a local story, so I'm not divulging anything. I know. feel the vibration. Is it epilepsy? So, and one of these two people was my resident in a test site. So I got a call because they had a tremendous fight the day before, or the night before, I should say. The problem was that they had two children. One of them was on autism spectrum, needed a little more attention than other people. Then the second thing is that in addition to their day jobs, one of the partners was moonlighting every third or every fourth night. Now think of the stress. You have a marriage to cater to, you have children to cater to, you have autism spectrum patient to cater to, and you're not there when both of you need at least a limited sharing of responsibilities. It was a tough job. With a lot of help, we were able to mediate that. The moonlighting was out, problem solved. Let me also say to you that at your stages of the career, you probably have some medical school loans to pay off, other responsibility, housing costs, this, that. And then some of you will face college tuition responsibility. Don't worry about it. In my career, I've seen physicians in different careers. The only ones who get in trouble monetarily are the ones who have a burnout, who have trouble with mental health issues, whatever that might be, who have substance abuse issues, because doctors are humans too, they get in trouble sometimes. So remember that eventually you'll all be secure, but it is more important to pay attention to your relationships, which is why I told you these two stories. The next example I want to tell you is my personal story about being in practice with an individual who was an excellent physician. I knew him from my training days. However, as time passed, he got into weight management, which is not bad, it's good. But in those days, it was not scientifically supported. When you give somebody an HCG injection to lose weight, it is not scientifically supported in that way. Maybe GLP-1 is a different story, but then it was. Similarly, as time passed, the hospitals we were on steps together, there was less time for documentation, there was more time to learn liposuction and plants, stuff like that. The hospital administrator called me one day, sat down with me, and said, your partner is not doing too well. You can either counsel him with whatever they need to revisit, or you might want to dissociate, which is what we did. The lesson from that one is associate with people who think like you, who work like you, who care for patients like you, your staff. You really want to be in a good company. You've heard this before, but you're known by your company, eventually. So that was another example. I want to also tell you that one time I referred a patient to chief of orthopedics at my hospital. Well known, I had not worked with him before. And he was doing some experimental kind of work. He did, and it didn't go well. So I got named in that lawsuit because I shouldn't have referred to him. He treated the patient independently. However, in one way, as I look back, I should have been more responsible, more hands-on, how he was going to treat this patient with a spinal issue. Again, messages, you keep good company, you refer to people who work like you. If it's different than what the science or evidence says, then you need control. I want to talk about documentation. I know your hospital needs you to document your charts concurrently when you're seeing patients. If not concurrently, at least the same day. I could tell you examples of people who've gotten in trouble for not doing it timely. Human mind forgets. Electronic records only do as much as you tell, right? I remember a vascular surgeon who did surgery, completed his records a week later, mixed up some patients, the coding was done wrong, and he spent 2 years in the jail. Bureaucracy usually does not know how to make exceptions, especially when documentation was an issue at your end. Real story, I'm just saying it to you, learning experience. Then I want to talk about an experience I had when I was president of medical staff at the hospital. And I got a call saying that somebody's wrong kidney is being removed in the operation. How would you handle it? I'm not a urologist, I'm a surgeon. I went down the side, talked to people in the operating room and this and that. The beauty of this story is that the person who was involved, even though the wrong kidney was removed, he was so upfront with the family, explained to them immediately exactly what had happened while the patient was on the operating table. Apologized, did everything, we will take care of all the expenses, this, that. We never got sued. Think about that. Your good kidney gets removed and you don't get sued. And to this day, I give this surgeon credit, not for doing the wrong surgery, that's a discredit. You need to do everything you can to prevent it. But since it happened, he was so professional in his communication, in his management, in seeing to it. He encouraged the hospital board, and I was on the board at the time, encouraged the hospital board to pay for dialysis for lifetime, this, that. Advocacy for the patient, that communication. We do make mistakes, we are humans. Machines make mistakes too. So I just want to be sure that you recognize open communication, admitting to mistakes, working with your patients as partners is the key to good medical practice. Let me talk about another example. And this one is slightly different than what I've told you so far. I had a patient about late 70s at the time, whose wife had passed away. And for a few years he was talking to me, I'm lonely, I'm isolated, I really need something out there. I sent him to a seniors program and this and that, but he still got depressed. I didn't want to prescribe antidepressants then at the time, they were available. His son kind of took his car away. Dad, it's not safe for you to travel. And he was living in border town in Wisconsin at the time. So, in any case, he talked to me about placement in some place where he had come. I kind of put it in the back burner because we don't want sending people to these facilities if they're independent. He was largely independent. A few years went by, a couple of years later, he had a friend. And at that point, we placed him in a nursing home, eventually assisted facility. He came back to me for a visit 3 months later with his son, told the son to stay on. And he told me in very plain, blunt words, what took you so long to get me there? And I said, tell me, should I have placed you the moment you kind of suggested something? He said, well, I'm being covered. I don't have to pay too much money out of my pocket. That's number one. Number two, there are 3 men and 30 women. He said, I'm the only one who does not use a cane or a walker. When I come into the dining room, the ladies fight over what table I'm sitting on. He says, I feel deprived for the last 2 years. The reason I'm telling you this story is slightly funny, but I should have taken cues from this patient early on. Kind of understand what he wanted to do. I did go with him when he finally went to the nursing home. I went with him to make sure it was a good facility for him. He appreciated that. But then we were able to laugh about it and talk to his son. Everything was okay. But it is important for us to listen to the patients, kind of think of innovative ways to handle whatever their deficiencies or their problems might be, and extremely important that we keep our communication. Okay? My wife knows that I'll go in an assisted facility if she ever passes away. Another one is a neurosurgeon story with a different thing. Real story. At a community hospital, not my hospital, and a child comes from the emergency room, and he's seen by this neurosurgeon. The CT scan shows bleed. Patient is conscious, reasonably stable, but there is a bleed. Young patient, and I don't remember the age. So now, he's seeing the patient about an hour after transfer from the ED, and he says, well, we can explore it, make sure it is safe for the night, and then decide the next steps based on the findings. I think it is a prudent thing to say, at least to consider. And he says the alternative of observation exists, but if it was my kid, I would probably want to deal with it before it's too late. Right? Most of you in the room, is that what you would do? So now, the family, especially mother, got very upset. Oh, my kid, surgery now. Maybe he's doing it because it turns him down. Right? She asked for a second opinion, which was not immediately available, but the hospital administrator imported a consultant from another hospital, gave him temporary privileges, and the patient was seen a few hours later, and I don't remember exactly how long it happened. It happened. He said, well, it's 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. We can watch a few more hours, repeat a CT scan, and see if the patient is clinically stable, CT is stable. Maybe we can avoid surgery. Remember, he had now the additional information that patient did well for a few more hours. So the patient did well, was discharged. The earlier neurosurgeon was fired from the case. So everything happened normally. A few weeks later, there is the hospital's Christmas party. The mother is distributing pamphlets at the door, calling this neurosurgeon a butcher who wants to operate on every door. Think of defamation. This person had been in practice many years. Documentation was perfect. I saw that later on. I was called in as a consultant by the licensing people to make sure that he had done no wrong. And When I saw this, I felt really, really sick. But another thing had happened, which is the mother had also posted on social media similar commentary. And don't go if you want to keep your family members out of a surgeon's life, etc. When that happened, he felt compelled to respond. And he responded, telling his side of the story. And that is a no-no. You couldn't do it. I'm telling you this story because patient can identify you, but you cannot identify the patient. It was a knee-jerk reaction. As a human being, it's normal for you to react that way. But as a doctor, with the rules we have, it's not okay to do. The licensing board, regardless of my testimony, gave him a reprimand, and he moved to Florida within a year. Think about the damage. So saving your reputation, saving your name is extremely important. How you do it is up to you. But this is something I learned. And there are few other things that I can tell you, but let me just tell you this last story, which is important. When I was a resident at home, after a very tough night call, about 5 o'clock, one of my colleagues, one of the nurses on the ward, at Stroger we had those wards that were open, and there were sometimes screens in between, sometimes not, right? And it was 5 o'clock, the round started at 7, with the 10 minutes, everybody else, you have to tell them what you did last night. Thank God we don't have to do it now. But at the time, that was a normal routine for medical residents. So the nurse suggested by the time you go back to Carmire Hall, which is county's residency place, she said, you know, you have about 45 minutes left to snooze here. That's an empty bed. And so I slept in the empty beds. The next thing I know, 5 o'clock I went to bed. Next thing I know, at 6 o'clock, my bed is being moved towards the operating room. Okay. So I didn't know what was happening, right? And so I stopped the man who was taking me. And there weren't too many checkouts at the time. You know, where you had to check the van and all this stuff you didn't have to do. So I stopped him about, you know, as soon as I woke up. And he said, well, no, it's just it's right there, I can see the operating. So I jumped up, I told him, hey, I'm not the patient. So I were in this bed and I figured out that he was wheeling the wrong bed. This was supposed to be empty. So the moral of the story is, don't sleep in the bed. Okay. I think I should probably stop before the time expires. I do want to say that we need to be like a tree. You know what a tree does? Stands tall, right? I want all of you to stand tall. Gives out branches. I want all of you to contribute in different ways. What you can, give out branches, leaves, whatever you can for everybody else's benefit. Then go on a limb. Remember your roots. We talked about it. Can't forget that. Drink a lot of water, a lot of sun, right? And be content with your natural beauty. Don't look for, hey, my neighbor is doing better than me. That's okay. Let him do that. And finally, enjoy it. Enjoy your profession. Thank you very kindly. It's been a pleasure speaking to you.
Thank you, Dr. Doyle, for that presentation. That was awesome. Residents, that was your last core lecture, your last grand round. You got everything wrapped up into that, in those remarks. So we'd like to go ahead and move on and start with the certificates. So the first program we're going to call up is Dr. Truster. Is he here? OBGYN.
Hi, everybody. Thank you. It's wonderful to be here to celebrate the achievement of our residents. And the OBGYN residency is a very tough residency, just as they all are. And this is quite an accomplishment. And I'm proud to say that our fourth years are graduating today and are ready to go out into the world and take care of people on their own. And they're going to be wonderful. So I'd like to start by introducing our first resident who is graduating, Dr. Summer Bailey. If she comes up, we will tell you a little bit about Dr. Bailey. She joined our program in the third year, and she jumped right in. She was ready to go. And one thing that's really special about Dr. Bailey is she's always the first to volunteer whenever we need someone to help out. Summer is always the one. She says, "Don't worry, I'll be there." And she enjoys practicing OBGYN, especially in the operating room. And she is, I don't know if she knows this yet, but she received the award for laparoscopic and robotic surgery from the just one personal thing, she plays the piano, so if you'd like to she can do that after the show. And Dr. Bailey is currently in very sensitive negotiations, so I can't divulge where she's going, but I'm sure she has a bright future ahead of her. So also, while I'm up there, I need to also acknowledge Monique Reggie, residency coordinator. She knows everything, along with all the others in GME, who I'm very appreciative. Our next graduate is Katerina Litvinova. Dr. Litvinova, actually, she was with us a long time. She was a student from Ross, and that's where she developed her love of OBGYN, and she wanted Sinai, and we were really happy that she decided to come here. Dr. Litvinova has been very interested in minimally invasive surgery. In fact, she has presented at AAGL, and she's had publications and narrated videos on surgical technique. And in that spirit, she is going on to do a fellowship in Miramar, Florida, in minimally invasive surgery. So she's graduating from Sinai, and she's going to continue her training for another few years, and then she will be out there. One special quality about Dr. Litvinova is she's always smiling, she's always upbeat, and it's always a pleasure to have her around.
Center on the stage, please.
Any casualties? Is this graduating is. All right, our next graduate, I'm happy to introduce you to, is Lara Molina. Dr. Molina is in her third year. She came from the Bronx, and prior to coming to the United States, Dr. Molina was a maternal fetal medicine specialist in Sao Paulo, Brazil. And she came in though, she was humble, and she was enthusiastic about learning, and she always did a great job, and we were so happy to work with her. She's here with her husband and 2 children who I know have been very supportive to her throughout her training. And it was kind of fun. I took a look at her personal statement from when she was applying for residency. And she said her sister was a general surgeon, and she did shifts as a child with her, and she loved it, and that's why she wanted to go into medicine. So she went into OBGYN, and we're really happy she did. Dr. Molina is going into a general OBGYN practice in Florida at Space Coast Health Center. Okay. And now for our 4th and final graduate, we have Dr. Hazrat Takala. And Dr. Takala is from Libya, and she did medical school and an OBGYN residency there. And then she came to the US, and she started doing research at Mount Sinai, and we got to know her, and she said, Sinai is my dream. And she wanted to come here, and we were happy to have her join our department. Dr. Takala has published several articles. She even has a chapter in the book on adnexal portion. And she has a master's in public health from Benedictine University. So I'm just really happy that she's here. She's going into a practice in Bolingbrook, Illinois. And you're living proof that your dreams can come true. And that is it. So if we can just have applause for our 4 graduates.
Okay, as you see, you have changed directives a little bit. So next we have internal medicine, the awarding of their certificates. I would like to call Melanie Munoz and Charlie Brown. Dr. Berta. But the residents, I'm sorry, if you could line them down the middle of the row and out of order. So you're a little bit quicker that way. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to hand you your certificates. This is not just pieces of paper, they are certificates of your hard work, recognition of sleepless nights, proof of your dedication, and awards for your passion. I remember receiving mine. At the time, I didn't kind of fully appreciate that, but later I became nostalgic about my residency day. So I hope you will remember the great moments of laughter, camaraderie, ping pong matches, late night personal stories, the fear of being asked a question on a journal club, or during morning report, the fear of being the feeling of intimidation was not intimidation. If your nose is brought up and dissected, the love-hate relationships with nurses, and great role models among faculty members, and some few not so great ones. You absorb it all. During residency, you don't have time perhaps to process it, but later on, I hope you do. Take your time, and when you do reflect, share it with us. Text, call, you guys all know our numbers, and we will be here for you just as we've been here for you for all these years. So, it's going to be short. So 3 pieces of advice. Listen first, process next, respond when done processing. Secondly, remember why you chose this profession. Remember your passion and let it guide you. And third one, keep your Instagram active because I can stalk you. Because let's face it, I have to keep a tab on you guys. And, congratulations to each and every one of you. And maybe let's start with preliminary, guys. So let's celebrate Dr. Uzma Urush Ahmed. She is from Chicago suburbs, and she was commuting for all this year. I guess she likes long rides. And she's married, has passion for good food, a true connoisseur, known for her humor and good communication skills. Dr. Ahmed has been a joy to work with, and I'm thrilled that she's found a PGY2 position right here in Chicago, joining Rosalind Franklin University IM residency program. Congratulations, Susan. Next, let's celebrate Dr. Christine Lopez. A truly delightful intern. Christine brought her impressive ophthalmology skills all the way from Mexico, where she completed an ophthalmology residency and worked as an attending. Half Chinese and half Mexican, she is very open-minded and able to connect with people instantly. She is one of those people who always smiles, works hard, and never complains. Truly amazing qualities. I'm so grateful that her incredible skills are being recognized, and she will be joining an ophthalmology residency in Arizona. Christine, we love you and wish you all the best. And last but not least, preliminary intern, Dr. Bumani Malik. It was a joy to work with you. You're a quick learner and have overcome all the difficulties that IMGs face when joining programs in the United States, especially prelims, figuring out all the logistics, making sure you're in good standing, making friends, and then worrying about the next step. But you've done it all, and the recognition of it that you get that PGY2 spot in IM residency in Texas. I know it's a little bit far from your fiancé, but the passion for medicine takes us everywhere. So congratulations. So now our categorical graduates. Those guys were with us 3 years, well, some a little less, but we love you all. Allow me to introduce you one of our fantastic graduates, Dr. Mudassar Adim. He's got a passion for gastroenterology, and he recently attended a GI conference where he presented a case report that had everyone talking. Dr. Adim is friendly and approachable physician. He's a bit mysterious, but that's part of his enigmatic charm. But my sources tell me he's married and devoted, and in his spare time could be found on badminton court, smashing birdies like he's smashing through his to-do list. Dr. Mudassar Adim is now off to Valparaiso, Northwest Health Quarter, where he will be joining a team as a hospitalist. Let me introduce you Dr. Bashar Al-Kawri. Bashar is a whirlwind of compassion, a tornado of emotions, and the proud father of two delightful girls who undoubtedly will get in some trouble in teenage years. He is known for his habit of offering hugs for people in need, and he wins everyone over with his endless supply of snacks. You need a hug? Bashar's your guy. And snacks? This man has an arsenal. Salty, sweet, you name it, he's got it. He's like mobile vending machine. And you know, he's won us all over. Why? Because you can't resist someone who is genuinely kind and always has a snack. He's made this residency program feel like a family, albeit a slightly chaotic one. And now he's off to Henryford Hospital in Michigan, where he will be joining as a hospitalist. Congratulations. And now it's my great pleasure to introduce Dr. Kayla Blanchard. A physician I am immensely proud of. Kayla has overcome numerous obstacles in her life, which has shaped her into a resilient, hardworking, and compassionate doctor we all admire today. Before she donned the white coat, she was a dedicated nurse, gaining first-hand experience that has only enriched her medical career. Dr. Blanchard brings a unique and personal perspective to her practice by being on the other side as well, the patient side. She's always eager to share with patients her medical knowledge and empathy in equal measure. I believe that driven by curiosity and ambition to learn, she will reach the highest levels of medical practice. Dr. Blanchard is also a devoted wife and proud mother of adorable 18-month-old daughter named Isla. Her love for teaching, coupled with her leadership skills, make her a great team member. Dr. Kyla Brown Blanchard is set to join Cal healthcare system in Peoria, Champaign, as a hospitalist. And I have no doubt that her career in medicine will continue to flourish. And I have a strong hope that she will choose a path in academic medicine, perhaps in endocrinology, where her passion will truly shine. Congratulations. You look gorgeous. Let me introduce Dr. Chinela Imeka. Another graduate who makes us all incredibly proud. She has chosen one of the toughest paths in medicine, dedicating her career of caring for underserved patients, especially those who struggle with substance use disorders and frequently end up in the ER. It's a challenging choice, especially when you've got two kids at home who need you for family vacations, sport practices, and school events. But Nella is not determined. When she's not saving lives, you'll find her making connections at church and local events, proving that it's not just about being a great doctor, but also about being a wonderful part of the community. Dr. Emeka Nwaba is heading back to her roots in California, joining the Addiction Medicine Fellowship at UC Davis. So here's Cucinella, compassionate caregiver, the community connector, and the mom who somehow does it all. Congratulations. Now allow me to introduce Dr. Colleen Garibian. A truly remarkable graduate who embodies caring, empathy, and knowledge. Married to one of our graduates, years back, Colleen is not only a dedicated physician, but also a devoted mother of two. And let's be honest, balancing a medical career and two kids can be like herding cats. But she does it all with grace and smile. Colleen is also a loving daughter, caring for her parents and dreaming of perhaps relocating to Michigan someday. But meanwhile, she's looking to secure a primary care physician position in Chicagoland, perhaps North Shore. Here is kind of inside scoop, guys. Our very own rheumatologist, Dr. Chua, told me that he was so impressed with Colleen when she located with him that he was secretly hoping she'll apply for rheumatology fellowship. And who can blame him? Her talent and dedication are truly exceptional. So, congratulations, Colleen. Let's talk about Dr. Artemi Lazarev. This athletic and active physician is not only bringing with medical knowledge, but also has a mind of entrepreneur. His passion, male endocrinology. And if you've spent any time around Dr. Lazarev, you've probably gotten an impromptu crash course on testosterone replacement therapy. Honestly, I'm starting to think we should check every single man walking into our clinic for testosterone level, yeah? Dr. Lazarev is all about healthy lifestyle, sports, and food. I wouldn't be surprised if I see a bestseller from him soon, likely titled Lazarev's Diet. No way back. On the home front, Artemi is married to a passionate pathologist and a proud daughter of one daughter, but soon to be lucky father of two daughters. But let's be real, the three girls in the house, his testosterone advocacy might meet its match. Dr. Artemi Lazarev is heading to Chesterton, Indiana, where he will be a primary care physician. Here's Dr. Lazarev, the fitness enthusiast, testosterone expert, a future best-selling author.
Testosterone king!
physician who has weathered life adversities with grace and resilience. Though he likes to keep his life private, we do know a few things about him. For one, he loves dogs, and now he has one to call his own, adores his puppy. He's also a coffee connoisseur, savoring each cup like it's a work of art. His passion for the heart has led him to pursue a cardiology fellowship, and we couldn't be happier for him. So here's to Dr. Royland Jr., the dog-loving, coffee-sipping, book-reading, heart-healing physician. We are excited to see you thrive in your cardiology fellowship and continue to touch lives with your compassion and expertise. Roy will be joining cardiology fellowship at Tower Health System in Pennsylvania. Congratulations. Okay, let's give a big round of applause for Dr. Roberto Lopez. He is our warm and kind-hearted transplant from West Suburban. Roberto is the kind of guy who, when he smiles, you just can't help it but smile back. Seriously, there is no other option. His maturity, kindness, and rich cultural background make him a unique physician who connects effortlessly with everyone, patients, peers, faculty, interns, students alike. In the last 2 years, we had the pleasure of celebrating some big milestones with Roberto. His wedding, his wife's pregnancy, and the birth of his adorable son, Theo. He is with us, right? He's a devoted husband and a wonderful father, and we are grateful he shares these experiences with us. He will be heading off to Colorado Springs, where he'll undoubtedly enjoy all the outdoor family activities, skiing, hiking, that the Rockies have to offer. Plus, having family not too far away means Theo will be spoiled rotten by grandparents. Roberto will be a fantastic addition to the team of hospitalists at the University of Colorado Health at Colorado Springs. Congratulations. Let's give a warm round of applause for Dr. Mariam Moin. She joined our residency about 2 years ago when West Suburban Hospital residency program collapsed. It was amazing how quickly Mariam made new friends and found her new home base at Mount Sinai. She learned Sinai logistics in no time and became an indispensable team member. So, Mariam, stop trying to make fetch happen. You're already in the cool league. Not too many smiles, so people watch me girls. Mariam is an absolute pleasure to work with, making her patients feel comfortable and building their trust effortlessly. She genuinely cares for them, and it shows. I believe her journey in medicine is still unfolding. She's yet to find her passion in one of the areas, her niche. Where it's being patient, outpatient, and one of many subspecialties, we believe in you, Mariam, and we know you will succeed. Mariam currently is looking for opportunities to join locums in Illinois for hospital position. Congratulations. Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce Dr. Timur Pirnazara. I was like, I was not prepared for that, but then I reflected a little bit, and I tell you why. Because we believed in your perseverance and passion for medicine. Dr. Pinazarov came to the land of dreams, America, after winning his green card lottery. Back in Uzbekistan, he was a medical school graduate, but here, without English skills, he started by washing dishes, parking cars, and driving a cab. He did all this to support his family, but every spare minute was dedicated to studying English in medicine in English. And here he is now receiving the certificate. His parents, children, and extended family must be bursting with pride. His hard work, passion for medicine, and life experience have molded him into a great physician. He understands our patients deeply, cares for them, and applies his medical knowledge effectively in the clinical settings. Timur's passion for the ICU is well known among his peers and faculty. He sees every opportunity to moonlight in the ICU, never complaining, never showing signs of fatigue. And mind you, he has 3 kids at home whom he loves fiercely and holding them to higher standards. And they will appreciate it when they grow up understanding the value of family and hard work. Dr. Nazarov can't just leave Mount Sinai, but he's joining another Sinai in New York for critical care fellowship. So your journey has been remarkable, and your future is bound to be extraordinary.
God bless America.
Okay, let me introduce Dr. Don Shrestha. He's one of the most knowledgeable and caring residents I have had the pleasure of working with. His passion for medicine is grand, and when you combine it with his enthusiasm for research, you get an outstanding scholar. Dr. Shrestha has authored hundreds of research papers and eagerly joined the residency research club, where he shared his extensive knowledge of research, statistical analysis, and manuscript writing skills with any resident willing to listen and put in effort. Thanks to him, many residents have successfully co-authored papers and gained valuable experience. Don's wife, an exceptional nurse, shared his passion for healthcare and has been a steadfast supporter of his career path. Dr. Don Shrestha will be joining the cardiology fellowship program at Bassett Medical Center in Cooperstown, New York. And he's already thinking about another fellowship at EP. That's his passion. And I believe that one day I will be reading some groundbreaking studies in EGM, and I'm looking forward to that with your authorship. And you know I'm going to say, he was my resident. Don, but please remember, enjoy traveling with food, good company. Don't forget about us at Sinai, where it all started. Congratulations. Your future is bright, and we are all excited to see what will be accomplished. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce Dr. Jürgen Stembari. Already, he has traveled quite the journey to be here today. Originally from Albania, Jürgen went to medical school in Czech Republic. Always curious and hungry for knowledge, he chose cardiology early on, prior to joining our program. For 3 years with us, he proved to be a humble and dedicated physician, caring for our underserved patients learning a great deal about American culture, history, and the challenges of racial biases. You have been one of the finest residents, knowledgeable yet humble, a good listener, and always ready to help, share when asked. Everyone could count on you, your interns, your peers, your faculty, and your program. Despite trying every beer in Victor Park, as I told, visiting art museums, going out with your friends, and finding time to enjoy a drive along Lakeshore Drive, you somehow managed to do an amazing job on all your rotations. You poured your heart into this program and shared a piece of it with everyone around you. It will be greatly missed. I'm very happy to announce that Jürgen will be joining cardiology fellowship at Carl Hospital in Urbana-Champaign. Your journey has been remarkable and your future is incredibly bright. Okay, let's give a round of applause for Dr. Joshua Wartzman. A graduate who has truly made a mark on our residency program, with solid medical knowledge, a friendly demeanor, and a pair of the steadiest hands. Dr. Joshua Wartzman has always been the go-to person for procedures. Despite his indecision about which path to take, one thing was crystal clear. He and his wife, who's an actress, is here. They were determined to stay in Chicago. So they fell in love with the city and built a wonderful community around them. Chicago became their home. He and his wife have found common ground with neighbors, residency friends, folks they met at dog-friendly parties. Let's not forget about their 2 dogs, who probably have more social engagements than any of us. And Josh and his wife love to host lovely dinners, as I heard. I'm thrilled to announce that Josh will be joining the Pulmonary Fellowship at Rosalind Franklin University. This is fantastic choice, perfectly matching the skills of your clear thinking, organized thoughts, and those famous steady hands. Congratulations, it's not a goodbye, it's more of a see you around the dog park. Let's celebrate Dr. Jin Jin Woo. Known as Jin. So this caring physician takes her time with patients, addressing not only their medical but also their social needs. Jane is a master of ping pong with a world-class spin that has left many of our opponents in our lounge defeated. But that's not all. Jane is also passionate about badminton and is always ready to challenge anyone brave enough to face her on the court. And I heard she's teaching the racket skills to her daughter. Did I mention she's funny? She's a knack for making people laugh without even realizing it, proving that laughter truly is the best medicine and stress reliever. It's no wonder that her old workplace, where she was a medical assistant, has her back. So Dr. Wu will be joining one of the Kaiser practices near San Francisco as a primary care physician. So here's Dr. Jane Wu, the ping pong champ, great mother, the unofficial comedian, and incredibly caring physician. Congratulations. about special credit who loves Sinai so much, he decided to stay with us for 1 year. Dr. Ranjit Jasaraj. I watched Ranjit grow from year one until now, and it's been quite the journey. He's determined to provide the best patient care. That's why he reads a lot and listens attentively. To tell me the truth, last year I was a bit scared how this cheap year gonna go. PGY4 chief resident in our program is not that easy at all. You're not quite a faculty member, but you're not among residents as well. So it's, but I quickly learned that Ranjit is soft-spoken, but not intimidated by others. You can't imagine how many emails he sent every day, organizing lectures, events, food, morning report, journal class, advocating for everyone, supporting, leading program improvements and executive decisions. Ranjit, you've done exceptionally well. I appreciate you. I learned a few things about him too. He likes art and history, loves to travel, and enjoys cooking. He's very goal-oriented. His biggest passion in medicine is hematology oncology. And I'm so happy that his passion, knowledge, and eagerness to learn are appreciated by academic fellowship program at the University of Oklahoma, where Ranjit will be joining soon. I believe you will become one of the finest hematologists oncologists out there. So here's to Ranjit Jasaraj, dedicated chief chef, art and history aficionada, travel enthusiast, and the future star of hematology oncology. Congratulations. That's it. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Dr. Berta. Our next presenter of awards will be Associate Program Director, Dr. Pilvi Inola, and Program Coordinator, Vernell Williams, with Family Medicine Residency Program.
Ready? Finally, right? After 3 years of hard work and countless lessons in medicine and in life, our graduates took, and as you already heard, passed their boards. With this diploma, they are ready to step into their careers as board-certified family physicians. It has been a privilege to teach and work alongside these young doctors who have also taught me a lot. Graduates, thank you for your hard work. Thank you for sharing your talents with Sinai, and thank you for the dedicated care you've provided to our patients. I'm very pleased to have this opportunity to present to you your diplomas, and we start with Dr. Ramsey Farris. Dr. Farris graduated from Medical University of the Americas. He will practice outpatient family medicine in the area that keeps his office open for traveling locums. First, he will spend 3 months traveling the world. During his residency, Dr. Farris has been an active participant in community outreach. He took particular interest in medical students, even helping many in their residency application process. His dedication to medical student education did not go unnoticed, as medical students selected him for the Resident Teacher Award. Dr. Farris loved putting a smile on people's faces, and he highlighted how during these 2 years he sought the middle ground to maintain humor and joy while being a trusted physician. That is something that will pay dividends to him and his patients throughout his career. graduated from Western University School of Medicine. She will join Memorial Hospital in Southern Illinois, where she will work as a hospitalist as well as in an outpatient setting. Dr. Lucas was awarded Intern of the Year for her first year of residency, showing that she made an impact on her program and her fellow residents early on. During her third year of residency, she served as chief resident, demonstrating her dependability time and again. Dr. Lucas highlighted how thankful she is to her mom, dad, husband, sisters, all her mentors, and above all, God's grace to have made it this far in her medical career. Congratulations. Dr. Ahmed Mahdi. Dr. Mahdi graduated from Alexandria University Faculty of Medicine. He will practice primary care in a rural community with the goal of reducing health disparities by meeting the community's essential healthcare needs. Into this endeavor, he will bring his interests in entrepreneurship and innovative healthcare solutions. He is determined to approach primary care with a strategic mindset that will enhance both patient care and operational aspects of rural healthcare. From his residency years, Dr. Mahdi highlighted the special and unique relationships he gained with his continuity patients at our clinic. This made him discover new qualities in his own character in being able to build such relationships and allowed him to feel and live one of the main reasons he went into medicine. Congratulations. Dr. Rabia Safi. Graduated from Irish University School of Medicine. She will join the Sinai family as a hospitalist at Holy Cross Hospital. From her residency, Dr. Safi highlights the meaningful relationships she developed with her classmates. During her residency, Dr. Safi did an excellent job as chair of recruitment. She was very invested in her role, going beyond what was expected. She's known for her efficiency and love of the fast-paced environment of the inpatient. Even considered as the boss by some attendings, whereas others have benefited from her knowledge of great restaurants in the city and the suburbs. At least one attending found his favorite that way. Congratulations. Dr. Francesca Vanessa Scordo. Dr. Scordo graduated from St. James School of Medicine. She will also join the Sinai family and will be moonlighting with our family visit team here at Sinai. Dr. served as chief during her third year of residency, and I'm sure that is not the least due to that challenging role that she highlighted how residency taught her to be the best possible version of herself during the most difficult times. She used these lessons to become the kind of physician her family will be proud of. She's grateful for her peers, her family, including her sister who is watching from above, her friends, and last but not least, her dog, all of whom she credits for her success. Congratulations. Dr. Ashley Sebastian. Dr. Sebastian graduated from Ross University. She will be practicing primary and urgent care in Arizona before joining her father in private practice in Toronto. During her third year of residency, Dr. Sebastian worked tirelessly in her role organizing the program's didactic sessions. There's somebody who benefited from that. Dr. Sebastian highlights
that with the responsibility of being a Black provider, she ensured to actively listen and understand the social and cultural aspects of the Black patient and provide experience with empathy and without judgment. She stood as a role model for this community, engaged in discussions about education and career planning, as well as providing community resources. She fostered community with other Black residents, immigrant Black residents of Sinai and Longdale. Dr. Sebastian is committed to continuing acts of service and philanthropy, including continuing volunteering with at-risk youth. Congratulations. Congratulations, everyone, and thank you, GME.
Okay, let's give another round of a hand for family medicine. Our awardee of certificates will be Kyle Mort, Director of Pharmacy, and Karen Tringler. Are you guys here? I didn't see them. Oh, there's Karen.
Good afternoon. Last but not least, we have the pharmacy residents. Our pharmacy residents hail from across the country. I'll start with Zane Cologne. He emanates from the University of North Carolina, which some say to be the best pharmacy school in the country. We are pleased to have him. He joined us because he was impressed by the quality of our project work in the residency. Zane. Thank you, Zane. You did a great job on your project. Next, we have Justin Malakiria, who comes to us from Northeastern University in Boston. He loves quality work. He loves operations in the main pharmacy. He joined our group only after flying in from Boston to inspect our situation, and we passed. He loves the camaraderie. He loves working with the physicians, the pharmacists on staff. He did a quality project on alcohol withdrawal improvement in come forward. Finally, we have our local product from Rosalind Franklin University. She is passionate about everything to do with learning. She's a wizard at statistics. She's passionate for knowing more of everything. Her interest with critical care and general medicine. She did a phenomenally complex project on seizures post cardiac arrest. We couldn't believe that she agreed to that project because it was immensely work. It was just, she's just superior when it comes to work. Anyway, first time that 3 out of 3 are all staying within Sinai system. Will be general medicine type pharmacist, and Emma is going to be a clinical assistant professor at Roosevelt University College of Pharmacy. So we're so fortunate to be able to maintain and retain all the years there. Thank
Okay, we have, awarded all the certificates except for surgery. Unfortunately, they were not able to attend. So we will move on to the Golden Apple Awards. So I will call Renelle Williams up, who will call the presenters for the teaching award for the year.
Where's Renelle?
Good day to you all. At this time in the program, we would like to present the Apple Awards to the faculty members. This award represents excellence and acknowledges the innovative teachings and exemplary contributions to the residents' learning experience here at Sinai. A resident from each specialty will present the award. Presenters, when you hear your name, please take your place at the podium to present the award. For family medicine, Ramsey Fairness, please take your place at the podium to present the Apple Award.
You do great honors to present this very deserving award. That not only did she teach at the Access Sinai Clinic or on the 10th floor of our program, at the 10th floor of our conference room, or even in the kitchen of her own room holding her own children. I told her PGY1, I told her PGY2, it's only two other three breasts that I saw PGY3. We put family and family medicine. That's Ms. Cole.
Thank you, Ramsey. For internal medicine, Kayla Blanchard, please take your place at the podium to present the award.
This year's Golden Apple Award, we chose to award it to someone who embodies everything we aspire to be as physicians. Obviously intelligent and kind, but also compassionate and wise, and selfless. Someone who cares about our education, of course, but who also cares about us as people and inspires us to be the very best that we can be. I'm so honored to present this award to you, Dr. Gonta.
And last but not least, for the OBGYN, Summer Bailey, please take your place at the podium to present your award.
right, so as stated earlier, I came here about 2 years ago, so the person we picked came after me. He gave us a lot of autonomy in the clinic, he gave us a lot of autonomy on labor and delivery, to the point that he was telling me to stand in the back. You can't do anything during this C-section, you have to let your juniors do it. And more importantly, he always got us good food when we needed it on call. We never left a shift hungry for knowledge either, and he's my mentor, so Dr. Hood.
This is the last but not least. So really good time. So presenting for pharmacy. Justin Malakaria, please take your place at the podium to present the award.
So I'd like to present this award to a previous Sinai residency graduate, someone who served as an exemplary pharmacy practice role model and teacher, not only for us residents, but also for the department as a whole. Thank you for your contributions to our learning this year, as well as our professional growth. Rona Jim, would you please accept this award?
Award winners to come up to take a picture together. Randy, please. Now. Okay, so wow. Okay. Also, let me just say this, we're happy to have you all here, and we wish you the very best of luck and keep in touch. I would just like to thank our executive leadership, I would like to thank our PDs, our faculty members, our coordinators, for all the help that they've given us throughout our years, and I worked over the past 3 to 5 years in your residency program. Again, thank you for everything that you've done. I would call Dr. Keynote to the podium for her closing remarks. Hello, everyone. Is this on? Can you hear me?
All right, everyone. Well, I'm Dr. Gina Walton. I'm Vice President of Medical Diversity and Inclusion. I'm also the Associate DIO. It's been my pleasure to be here for 3 years now. And for the IM people who are graduating, we actually started at the same time. So it was so nice to see you all today. So today is a beautiful day to graduate and step out of these doors into the next chapter of your lives. I'm so proud of our graduates and the people who have been here by their sides through the years to arrive at this very day. I went to a kindergarten graduation the other day, on Wednesday. They announced each graduate said their favorite color, their favorite food, and what they wanted to be when they grew up. And of course, I'm on the side taking notes. Anybody said doctor, scientist, mingling around, getting the parents' contact information. But yeah, they need mentoring and support. And although you guys are all on your 5th and 6th graduations, many of you, you will also continue to need mentoring and support. As we wrap up the ceremony, I want to encourage all of you to seek those mentors, those people who will support you, so that you can be the best doctors, parents, advocates, family members, and human beings that you can be. And also don't forget to reach back and help bring the next generation behind you through deliberate and selfless mentoring as well. There's so many things to be grateful for on this day. We want to thank our residents for their service to our community and their loved ones who supported them during these years. Thank you to our graduate medical education department and our DEI team for the hard work you put in through the years. Also this beautiful institution, this 100-year-old institution, our C-suite, our faculty who supported us. And last but certainly not least, thank you to our West and South Side communities, including all of the Sinai caregivers who support us in the work that we do, and most importantly to our patients who have given us the gift of trust and supported us in our education and future careers. Case in point, I do a lot of admin work, and I have about 10 patients. I don't see patients as frequently, but even in that moment, I just felt like the immense responsibility when I had to go take a call from a patient. I said, patient's calling me, yes, So that really is, throughout your career, the most cherished part of all the very different things that you'll do. So this now concludes our program. Thank you so much for joining us. We have some refreshments, and we invite you all to join us, take your pictures, and I must encourage you to maybe take a few outdoor pictures. It's so beautiful outside. Thank you, everyone.